Welcome back to Be.Live. Be yourself and live your purpose, episode 7. I'm your host, Roca Cruz, and today we're going deeper into a struggle many of us silently face: comparison. Comparison steals our joy, our focus, and sometimes even our dreams. But here's the truth: life is not about being the fastest, the richest, or the most celebrated. Life is about running your own race and finishing your lane with faithfulness, peace, and purpose. Have you ever caught yourself thinking, I should be further along by now? Or everyone seems so much more successful? Or I'm falling behind. Behind who? Who's more successful? Who's further along? Comparison doesn't scream, it whispers. And if we listen too long, we lose sight of the path we are meant to walk. So, comparison is super dangerous. It divides our focus. We watch others instead of moving forward. It breeds resentment. We struggle to celebrate others because we feel left behind. It paralyzes our progress. We question our own pace, our dreams, and our worth. Comparison tricks us into believing we must compete for worthiness. But there is no competition in purpose. You know, focus matters. Have you noticed racehorses wear blinders? Blinders covers the peripheral vision of a racehorse during races. Blinders have a purpose. Without blinders, they would constantly glance sideways. They get distracted and anxious by the horses beside them. They might even stumble, lose momentum, or veer off course. So the racehorses' blinders force them to look straight ahead, to run their own race, to focus on their lane and their finish line. We need emotional blinders too, not because we are against each other, but because our journey is sacred. Comparison is a noise, focus is strength. So we also need blinders. Each of us has a unique timeline, and each of us should walk on our purpose day by day. Or some people find their spouse at 20, some at 50, some never get married, some take off early, some rise after many delays. Your timeline is not broken because it looks different. Growth is never wasted, even if it looks slow to others. The goal is not to arrive on time. The goal is to live aligned with your purpose. The goal is not the end, but it's while you're moving day by day. Now, here's the story of Lara. Lara once lived in constant comparison. She had no peace. She kept comparing herself. Every engagement announcement, every promotion, every highlight on her feed, social media, felt like a reminder that she was behind. She battled jealousy, anxiety, and self doubt. One day, Lara made a choice. She decided to stop looking sideways and focus on her own life. She asked herself, what do I want? What dreams have I been postponing because I was too busy comparing? She started small. She fasted from social media. She worked and disciplined herself in working on her craft. And she enjoyed the things she can do today. At present, Lara runs a small creative studio, living a quiet but deeply fulfilling life. She didn't try to catch up to others. She found peace because she claimed her own lane. So, we can stop the temptation to compare. It's simple. Sometimes putting on those emotional blinders, protect your mind from unnecessary comparison. Mute, unfollow, or step back from anything that steals your focus or your peace. Define your own milestones. Create goals based on meaning, not based on what looks impressive to others. And celebrate every step forward. Again, a small step, unseen, are more powerful than a loud achievement built on insecurity. And then trust on your own timing. You are not late, you are not early, you're exactly on time for your journey. So let's open our journal and I'll give you 3 questions that you'll answer in your journal. Try to answer it the whole week. Journaling reflection. You open your journal and write down this. Write this. Ask yourself this. Where in my life am I tempted to compare? What would staying true to my own lane look like? And what small step can I celebrate today? So sometimes it's just like fasting from social media, unfollowing people, or just focus. Life is short. You were never meant to run someone else's race. You were meant to run yours. Comparison is a noise. Your life is music. So tune out the noise. Stay steady in your lane and finish well with integrity, with courage, and with joy. So this week, let's practice emotional blinders. And when you feel tempted to compare, do this breathing exercise. Inhale, exhale, and say this. Eyes on my own path, my time, my race. Inhale, eyes on my own path, my time, my race. And exhale. Then celebrate your own progress, no matter how small. Thank you for joining me here in Be.Live. Be yourself and live your purpose. Until next time, keep believing, keep growing, and keep living your purpose. Next week, we'll explore finding clarity, how to hear your own voice in a noisy world filled with opinions, pressures, and expectations. You won't want to miss it.